networking space, I came across a lot of help. In our product development, KSCM supported us in terms of grant and seed loans. So that helped us in our journey. We could also visit a lot of foreign conferences and other international events, which helped us see the best in the world.
Kerala Startup Mission facilitates functioning of startups, furnishing what they need. Seed grant, venture capital, fund of funds, and research grants. In Kerala, startups are eligible for innovation grants worth rupees 30 lakh, seed funds, loan, help in patenting, R&D, and marketing support, equity funding through fund of funds, and prospective access to other state and central government schemes.
Here, budding ventures are provided with all facilities to make Kerala as India's innovation hub.
Kerala Startup Mission is partnering with SEBI-accredited venture capital funds to create a corpus fund to support emerging startups in the state. Kerala Startup Mission also facilitates external investments with a novel fund of funds scheme to invest in alternative investment funds. A combined corpus of over rupees 1,000 crore investment capital is available through this scheme.
Recently, Startup Mission has designed a unique grant schemes to support startups in that research area. We provide around 30 lakhs grant to the startups.
ISC allows startups to become a part of India government's Electronic System Design and Manufacturing ESDM scheme, collaborate with FabLab that has state-of-the-art technology and use the facilities of the Electronic Incubation Center. Kerala Startup Mission plays a significant role in the Space Park, a government initiative to encourage the international space technology ecosystem. With Kerala's startup ecosystem being extraordinary and
hello, chapter don't know that. Hello, hello.
Check. Okay.
Kerala is an amalgam of
Hey.
Good morning, folks. A very warm greeting to each and every one of you. Founders, I congratulate each of you who came this long to the Women Startup 4.0. Being an entrepreneur is always challenging. And today, when I see the women founders and aspiring entrepreneurs who came here fighting the odds, I am inspired and motivated. This is a special day for each of us. Never have we thought of an unexpected challenge, the Hartal, being announced. But when I see each of you, I could see and feel the spirit of entrepreneurship. This is what we are fighting, the challenges we face each day. The journey of entrepreneur is a path of stones and thorns. This cannot be taken by an ordinary person, and hence each of you are very special. Let us together explore the opportunity through the strong network we have and mark our success in the entrepreneurial journey. Kerala Startup Mission is immensely pleased to invite all of you to the 4th edition of Women Startup Summit, which is a flagship event to inspire and empower women across the landscape of startup ecosystem. This year, we are hosting the event along with the She Loves Tech India. The objective of Women Startup Summit 4.0 is to accelerate and empower the women entrepreneur in the startup ecosystem with technology and innovation. This summit will provide an opportunity to upskill and collaborate among different stakeholders globally through market access, funding, and mentor support. The previous edition of event were a huge success with women founders, aspiring entrepreneurs, eminent personalities, leadership talks, business connects, hackathons, etc. Let's give some light on She Loves Tech. She Loves Tech is the world's largest acceleration platform for women and technology. They are building a global ecosystem to facilitate greater visibility, funding opportunities, and community among women in technology to catalyze $1 million in funding for women by 2030. The world's largest startup competition for women and technology, including an acceleration program, resource matching, and global pitch competitions. Kerala Startup Mission is India's partner to She Loves Tech for hosting the India Pitch Round 2022. So it is my pleasure to invite Ms. Sumi, the manager of Kerala Startup Mission, for welcome address. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Ashwati. Good morning, everyone. Distinguished judges, guests, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to the two-day Power Pact Women Startup Summit 4.0. The theme of this year's event is Women in Action. The entrepreneurial culture is a foundation to any thriving economy. The sustainable growth of small and medium-sized enterprise is a key part of our economic agenda. Kerala Startup Mission has been intervening through supporting policies, programs, and practices that advance women participation in the entrepreneurial arena. Over the years, we have seen how essential entrepreneurship is in creating employment value and innovation while delivering products and services that people need around the world, both in developing and the developed countries. Traditional entrepreneurship has been a backbone for our local economies for the centuries. But as technology advances, we are witnessing rapid emergence of innovative entrepreneurship. She Loves Tech is a flagship event of KSM to bring more women into the technology, making an impact over 8,000 plus startups over 70 plus countries. She Loves Tech is committed to close the gender funding gap and catalyze investment through their own funds and global investors, bringing together world-class investors. I welcome all the delegates, speakers, investors, judges, and mentors to the two-day Power Pact Summit. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. On this joyous occasion, we are extremely happy to have with us an eminent person, Liani Roberts, co-founders of She Loves Tech. Liani Roberts is an entrepreneur, startup advisor, community builder, and public speaker. She is the co-founder of She Loves Tech, the world's largest startup competition and accelerator program for women-led and women impact tech startups. It is my pleasure to invite Liani Roberts, co-founder of She Loves Tech, to deliver the opening remarks. Due to some busy schedules, she is joining via online with us. Welcome, ma'am.
Hi, can everybody see me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me today to be the opening address for this wonderful, wonderful flagship event. You know, it is such an honor, and I resonated very much with Sumi and her team said at the very beginning, which is that women really have it on the difficult side, right? It is really challenging for women tech entrepreneurs to be able to carry out and to be able to be successful. I know this very well. I just wanted to check whether everybody can hear me okay? Okay, wonderful. So just a little bit of background. I know this too well, that it is tough being a women entrepreneur. You know, building a business is difficult enough, and building a business as a woman is even more difficult. Before She Loves Tech, I had built 3 other businesses, She Loves Tech being my 4th business. And I understand when they say that being a women entrepreneur is challenging. I was faced with many different challenges. And honestly, I wished at that point in time, there were wonderful organizations like She Loves Tech and like Kerala Startup Mission to be able to uplift women entrepreneurs. Even the journey on educating women entrepreneurs and why women entrepreneurs is so important has also been a difficult journey. It really was one that She Loves Tech has taken many, many years to be able to build up. We've been talking with governments, with big corporates, and we're so happy that things are starting to change, but we need to do so much more. I love the theme of this Women's Summit, Women in Action. This is something that at She Loves Tech, we believe very strongly in. She Loves Tech was really started out from necessity. We started it out in 2015 because we realized that women were building amazing technologies and businesses, but that they were not getting the same kind of credit recognition as their male counterparts. So we started She Loves Tech to be able to uplift women entrepreneurs, to showcase the best women entrepreneurs, and to really build a whole entire ecosystem that can support and grow women entrepreneurs and businesses and to help them to become successful. And I really thought that this theme of women in action is so pertinent. We started because there was a lot of talk around how do we get more women to be able to build businesses, to be able to be successful, but there was not enough action. And that's the whole entire reason why She Loves Tech is so focused on creating action that helps to grow these businesses. Since we started in 2015, we have grown to be the world's largest startup competition and accelerator program for women in technology. And I thought that we could just show you a small clip on the kind of work and the kind of competition that we do. Maybe Linda can help me to share this video.
Whenever I look at other participants, I see someone breaking that stigma. They're bearing the name of their own country. If I met my younger version, I would have given her one tip, and that is to follow the She Loves Tech closely.
She Loves Tech is well over the expectation of a competition. The bootcamp condenses the key elements of a successful startup founder.
Platform for us to learn and grow. The best part was that the team has put together a very interesting bootcamp with world-class leaders.
The actual pitch day was really encouraging and exciting, had a really dynamic energy about it, and then the bootcamp has been completely phenomenal.
She Loves Tech has provided us with an incredible network of global women working on these amazing businesses solving really pressing challenges for the world, as well as providing us with practical support to help navigate investment.
I never would have imagined that I would have a global network of women working to solve the toughest problems in our society.
She Loves Tech has been a landmark opportunity for ambitious women founders who want to get international exposure, access to global experts, and a loving, supportive community rooting for their success.
She Loves Tech has given me the opportunity to learn so much about the fundraising, managing my mental health, and how to become a great leader.
I am honored to be part of the She Loves Tech community, a community that greatly values the diverse roles of women in the society.
With She Loves Tech, I found the support network I needed to demonstrate that without women to drive disruptive innovation, the data sector will remain the monopoly of a few mega tech players.
She Loves Tech gave me the opportunity to meet other female founders like myself. I'm grateful for this opportunity. We got to work together, go through the bootcamp together, and we also realize we're all facing similar problems and challenges.
I feel very fortunate to be part of this supportive and encouraging team of amazing women.
Having this community here to support each other has been quite meaningful and helpful for me. Thank you, She Loves Tech.
Hi, I'm Radhika Bachu, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Dovu.
Hi, She Loves Tech. I'm Lucinda. This is my co-founder Jessica, and we are from Neighborlytics.
This is Noosh Bharatpur, the co-founder and chief operating officer of Formalo.
Hi everyone, I'm Tasbeen, co-founder and CEO of Marco Polo AI.
Hello everyone, my name is Catalina Liaga. I am a Chilean lawyer and founder of Deal.
Hello, I'm Jingjing Shi, co-founder and chairperson of Meridian Medical Network.
My name is Marianne. I'm the founder and CEO of No Global.
Hi, I'm Sakshi Shah, founder of Good Lives.
Hello everyone, my name is Chita, co-founder of Ibunda.id.
Hi everyone, my name is Shlomit, co-founder and CEO of Predicament.
Hi, I'm Candice, founder and CEO of Fluff.
Hello everyone and Selamat Sejahtera. I'm Afifa, the co-founder and CEO of Petotem from Malaysia.
I'm Anisha Oberoi, CEO and founder of Secret Skin.
Hi, my name is Mandy and I am from Mongolia.
Hi, I'm Windy Muziasari, founder and CEO of Resistomap.
I am Samantha Snabs, the co-founder and catalyst for Re3D.
Hi, I'm Eamon, co-founder of Outclass.
Hello, I'm Claire Onkanko, founder and CEO of Parlon.
Hi, I'm Yvonne. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Noodle Factory.
My name is Elena Pasquale and I'm EcoSteer co-founder and CEO.
My name is Amira Ghafoor and I am the founder CEO of Auto Consulting.
Hi, I'm Jiwon Park, founder and CEO of Saving Co. from Korea.
Everyone, my name is Edwina. I am the Business Development Manager and Chief of Staff here at Reach 52.
I'm Dr. Rachel Grimaldi, co-founder and CEO of Carbmedic.
Hi, I'm Nina, the CEO and co-founder of MyProbes.
Thank you so much for joining me to watch this video. It gives you just a glimpse, even though it was for our startup competition for last year, it gives you a glimpse of the global nature of She Loves Tech. You know, we started this with one theme, that all it takes is small, bold steps to make a difference. She Loves Tech started 2015 with one event and one country. It really was a passion project. And then it exploded in size. It doubled and doubled and doubled. The next year it grew to 4 countries, the next to 8. And fast forward, this year, we are in 72 countries across 6 continents. We've had more than 10,000 startups join She Loves Tech, and our startups have gone on to raise more than 300 million USD in funding. We really have a mission to be able to unlock $1 billion for our entrepreneurs coming through She Loves Tech stores. And it really, really was because we decided to take the action. So I encourage that everyone here has a role to play in this. Everyone here can create change, but we need to take the action. We need to take that small, bold steps. So thank you so much for joining me today. It's such a great honor to be part of the Karela Startup Women Startup Summit. And I just want to thank Karela Startup Mission just for being our partner for She Loves Tech India for so many years. We really couldn't do this without you. So I'm really excited that later today, you will be hearing from 8 finalists for She Loves Tech India. And this is ranging, right? From fintech to femtech to health tech to food tech to retail. And it's going to give you a great breadth of the types of businesses that women can create. So all the best to all the entrepreneurs who will be pitching later today. I am rooting for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for those encouraging words, ma'am. Now we are moving on to our next session, a panel discussion on women empowerment and inspire change. So I welcome Madam Roshni Verma, former Director of Social Impact Visa, onto the stage. Ms. Divina Thomas, Vice President, Women Entrepreneur Network. I welcome Revati Krishna, Chair, Thai Women, Kerala Chapter. Welcome Neera Imdar, co-founder and CEO of RealX. And I'm also happy to welcome Sridevi Devreddy, VP Startup Ecosystem, Cellmox Design and Tech Limited. It is my pleasure to welcome our moderator, Mrs. Roshni Verma, former Director of Social Impact Visa. Mrs. Roshni currently leads the Global Employee Engagement Program at Visa to engage employees in giving, volunteering, and empowering small businesses. Previously, she was in product marketing at Oracle. At a non-profit Sustainable Silicon Valley, also worked as a business analyst at Infosys Technologies in the California Bay Area and in India. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. There's a little bit of correction there. I don't currently work at Visa. I used to work at Visa for the past 7 years. I was in the San Francisco Bay Area for the past 15 years, and I just recently relocated to Kerala, which is my home country. With COVID and us getting our green card in the US after 15 years, I decided it was time to move and relocate my family here. Currently, I'm volunteering with KSM and a couple of other nonprofit organizations, and I haven't started professionally working yet. But I am looking forward to connecting with many of you and actually building a network here with connections that matter to me. It's my absolute pleasure to be here, opening panel of the Women's Summit, and to welcome you all here with our esteemed panelists. I am so delighted to be talking to you all on this very important topic, which is about empowering women and inspiring change. I am a very big believer of quotes by very famous and accomplished women. So I'm going to start with one of the quotes by Oprah Winfrey. She said, "The best way to succeed is to discover what you love and offer it to others." That really strikes a chord with me. And I'm hoping that it strikes a chord with you too, because then if you're offering to others what you love, work doesn't become work anymore. It becomes your passion. And you actually start enjoying doing what you do. Right? So here we are going to talk more about these details because these women here have accomplished it in their area of passion and doing what they love. I am going to provide a very short introduction for all of you guys, but I would love for you to introduce yourself in more detail because who else can market yourself as good as you yourself, right? So I'm not going to steal the thunder from you. Who we have here today is Divya Thomas. She is a social entrepreneur. She is the founder of Paper Trail. She is a VP at WEN, the Women Entrepreneur Network. We have Revati Krishna, the founding member and executive director at Suyati Technologies. Revati is the chair for Thai Women and also a writer and a blogger. We have Meera Inamdar. She is the co-founder of the investment platforms Grex and RealX. She is the director at Gain. And she is also mentored here at KSM and also at Startup India. And finally, we have Sridevi Devi Reddy. She is the recipient of the very prestigious National Entrepreneurship Award by Government of India. She is also a Chevening Research and Innovation Fellow at Oxford University. All right, so let's get this started. I would love for each of you panelists in the order that you sit so that there is no fights. To introduce yourself, what you do currently in more detail, and also talked about what empowered you to be here at the panel today, and also give us a little bit about what is a superpower of yours. Let's keep this a little interesting, fellows. So I know you all have many, many superpowers, but just pick one that you would love for the audience here to know. Let's start with you, Divya.
Hi, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here this morning, seeing so many lovely faces. Empowering women is a passion. And like she said, when it's your passion, it doesn't become work. You enjoy it every day. So I started this, I started at a time when the word startup didn't even exist. 15 years ago, I started this organization that would, we would collect newspaper from all over Cochin and give it to women to make paper bags. And from then to now, we currently have moved on to making boxes, decor, all kinds of packaging. And we're now a packaging consultant to several firms. That's where we are now. The idea was to bridge the gap between the ordinary woman at home who couldn't leave home to get a job. And so we to be the bridge between them and companies that need packaging on a professional level. So I decided to become the bridge. And over the last so many years, like I said, we now operate in most of Kerala's jails, shelter homes, and I mean, that's a long story. I'm going to cut this story really short before Roshni takes the mic away from me. Okay, so that's where we are. I'm also the vice president of Women Entrepreneur Network. We started 5 years ago just as a WhatsApp group, and in 2 days we became 285 members. And we are now spread across 5 districts in Kerala, and we have about 600 members and counting. Where we have, and under our umbrella, we have women who have even up to 100 crore turnover, and even people who aspire to be entrepreneurs. So we give them, those who even only have a Facebook page are also welcome to be members. We mentor them and help them with compliance and everything, empower them with all the skills they would need to make a successful business. Most of them, when they start out, they don't know where they want to be, but they just know what they want to do. There's a difference between the two. And we help clarify that and get them to where they should be with their idea. Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about what empowered you to be part of this session and your superpower?
What empowered me to be part of this session, I think mostly the fact that I have been able to touch the lives of so many ordinary women. Even those sitting in jail I've been able to touch their lives, to give them meaning and power. Where when you make a bag and get paid for it, even if you're sitting in jail, maybe for something you did or didn't even do, it's an empowering factor. You're giving them a superpower when you do that, because you have the money to spend on when you have the money to spend on what you want. I realized that when one time we had a lady who was thrown out of her house by her husband, and for days she was just sitting down with her head in her hands. She wouldn't even get up to eat, but she was pregnant. Her husband threw her out saying she's pregnant with somebody else's child. And I watched her do that every day. And one day I went and sat down with her on the ground, and I started breathing along with her. And I told her, "You have breath, right?" She said, So I said, "So you have to live, right?" So I said, "Then you have to live the best that you can. So come, let's make a bag." And a year later, we had an inauguration of all the products that the ladies made at that home. And she came wearing a pink outfit. By the time she had delivered also, she came wearing, with the money she made, she came wearing a pink outfit and pink dress for the little baby. And she had done quilling with paper, and she'd made little jhumkas, all kinds of little accessories for the kid also. Then I realized that is empowering. That is empowering. What is my superpower? I'll have to say God himself. I have a very good, I can only say that I'm weak. I have no power actually, but I have a very good prayer life. The 1 hour I spend with him in the mornings every day, even my kids know, if she doesn't do that, it's hell. Let her just sit there in prayer for an hour. But I say faith is one of the big things that I stand upon, because there are infinite possibilities born of God. Always. Like we wake up every morning and I get to office, there are so many problems, I sometimes feel like crying. It's the day we'll have to deliver some product that staff will tell me, "Madam, the die broke." And we have to deliver, and die takes 2 days to make. And then I still remember a day I stood there, I wanted to cry. And in an hour, I don't know from where somebody came to visit, and somebody said he had the die, and in an hour it was all sorted. So there are infinite possibilities born of God. As long as we know that he is the wind in our sails, our boat will go far. That's my superpower.
Thank you. Starting with a bang here. You have high shoes to fill, I guess, Revati. Thank you.
Thanks, Roshni. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me here to be a panelist for this very important discussion. Divya, I want to thank you. How do I follow up on that? I'm the executive director of Suiti Technologies, IT company, Salesforce and .NET. So pretty much, our focus is to make sure our clients have great experiences using technology. But more importantly, the last 3 years, I wanted to do something beyond just my business. And So through WEN, I've been a member for 3 years. GTech, which is a group of technology companies based out of Technopark. EWIT, which is a women in IT, mainly for professionals. And of course, most importantly, TiE Kerala. My aim is to give back to an ecosystem that is still underdeveloped in Kerala, and hopefully create a system that helps women want to start something, want to scale, and to flourish. As for my superpower, I suppose I have to say flexibility, because let's face it, as entrepreneurs, nothing goes away all the time. And I'm not talking just physical flexibility, though yoga helps me there. It's more of mental agility and flexibility. When things go wrong, stand back. Okay, I have to pivot like this. Let's pivot like this. I have to go with the flow. Let's go with the flow sometimes. Sometimes you just say, no, I'll stop. Let the flow go. I will create and direct the flow. So that is my superpower. Over to you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Good to see so many faces. I know what's happening today, empty roads, yet to see so many of you here, it's an encouraging thing for us. Thank you, KSCM, for having me here. Thanks, Roshni, for doing the panel session and having the kind of coordination we had yesterday. Apart from whatever Roshni did mention as to what I do, I am also, I say it very proudly, I am a failed entrepreneur also. I've shut my company and I've seen the pain that you go through. So I've been through the journey as to what it takes for you to harness a dream, go through the entire dream, and finally come to a position where you have to shut it. It kills you. You feel as if that there's no turning back. I mean, you better go back to the job, or what's the next route for you? But somewhere, it just helps you to keep growing and going further in life. I learned through that. So I also understood one thing is you either do the marathon or don't get into it at all. And entrepreneurship is a marathon. Trust me, it's not a one-day's job. You won't get success in a year. I run 2 startups, which are platforms. And we are slightly I'm with them. This is not your regular run-of-the-mill organizations that we've built. These are solid platforms where we've seen the gap between entrepreneurs and investors, where companies not getting funded. When you go out in the world, you do see the kind of networks you have. You have very close guarded groups that would do investment for certain companies that they believe in. What happens to the rest of us? I've been in that rest of us. So the pain comes from there. I've seen what you go through. I got into an entrepreneurial journey when people told me, at one point of life where you want to have a stable job, stable earnings, and you don't want to get into, your children are growing up. I became an entrepreneur at the age of 38. Okay, people looked at me and said, "You are nuts. What's wrong with you?" And that to a woman, "What are you thinking about?" And I had a lovely job with Mercedes-Benz offered in my hand. I said, "No, I'm not going to do this. I'll go the other way." And that was a turning point in my life. Yes, I haven't looked back. What I have cherished is my journey. What I continue with is what I've been through and what the journey has made me. Why am I here today is with my experience, I've seen what we go through. And we as women, we have this preconceived notion in the society that women can never support each other. Somewhere, you just cannot have a group of women working together. Sorry, we've done that. Okay, I want to break that myths that people carry. It's not that. And I always say that. And today, my reason for being here, Roshni, that you asked me is, I want to tell you girls, anyone who's getting, be open to collaboration, because with that is what you grow. So the platforms that we've built, I'm telling you, us by ourselves cannot run it. So it's a complete ecosystem that we've built. So I have a platform that does investment into startups. We don't work alone. So we work with institutions, financial institutions, corporates, PVC guys, angel network. We tell them, please come and join us. Of course, there's a lot of resistance, They don't believe it. They think we are a competition to them. Nahin. I don't want to be a competition. And if I'm a competition, good for me. I'm so proud to be in that bandwagon, okay? I am here to tell people, tell girls, women who are here, who aspire, dream big, and don't look back. Just go. What you do is carry the experiences that you have gained through the journey and take it with you. My superpower that you would say you have asked is the openness. I jumped into it with an open mind. At a stage in life where people think that you are too closed, you can't learn. It's difficult to unlearn and learn at that point of time. Where I just went against the tide. I went against it, and even I questioned myself as to what can I really do it? Because when you lead 2 platforms which are very heavy, apart from that, I started this accelerator program called the Growth Accelerator and Investment Network GAIN. Why did I do it? Because we have companies in the country today that have scaled up to a level that they have revenue. Beyond that, what do you do? We don't have that system. We have either the startups, very early stage that would need funding and mentoring, and then you have the large corporates. What happens to the company in between? What happens to the network that you guys carry with you? Even to the panelists that we have here today. We have amazing networks. Why can't you use them? So that triggered me to start this accelerator. I'm also a part of a global impact fintech forum, which is an international group of fintech think leaders. Why am I talking about that is we have this group of amazing leaders who have pioneered in the field of fintech, talk about transaction, talk about Web3, talk about blockchain. If I can bring them to the Indian startups and get them to connect with each other, you talk about cross-border payments, you talk about how blockchain helps you, you talk about blockchain and Bitcoin is not the same. So just let me break that also. So how do you understand? How do you create that awareness? That's where I am. So that is what brings me to it. And being a part of KSM has helped me realize that how easy it is to restrict ourselves to boundaries and just go out. How can you reach out to people and say, hey, let's do this? And a very good example is me, Sridevi here. We are not even from here. I'm from Pune, she's from Hyderabad, but we are here for the love of helping entrepreneurs, helping women entrepreneurs grow. And that's what I stand for. Thanks.
Wow. So I'm at a disadvantage now. After all this amazing, beautiful, dynamic, inspiring women giving their story. Well, I would like to give a disclaimer here. I don't have any superpower. I'm just like any one of you here. That's it. So coming back to why I'm here, I believe in something. I believe in a philosophy that the success of an entrepreneur is not only the onus of the entrepreneur. It is the onus of the whole ecosystem. Success of an entrepreneur is the sum total of the efforts of the ecosystem he is working in or he is thriving in. I believe in this. I read about this somewhere in the early 20s. I was in my early 20s, and that was year 2000. I started my first entrepreneurial journey. And within 2 years, I had to shut it down because we didn't have ecosystems then. We didn't have family support then. You're just married, you just had a kid. Why do you want to get into business? You just can go for a 9-to-5 job if at all you want to feel empowered, was the take of my own father. Forget in-laws or husband. Your own father doesn't support you when you want to start your own business. That was the time. That is when I felt, this is not gonna work. All my roles after that have been of building ecosystems. I've been part of TiE Hyderabad, revived the whole TiE Hyderabad, and built the network of TiE across the country to the extent that I was in Hyderabad, heading the mantle of TiE Hyderabad, but went to Durgapur in Bengal, Jaipur in Gujarat, and Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu, and Warangal in Telangana to build women entrepreneurs networks there. Conducted a 4-day boot camps, did a lot of other things in vernacular language and English combination 10 years ago. Because 10 years ago, I think only English will not work, especially in this tier 2, tier 3 cities. These are all just 1 or 2 examples I'm giving. Currently also, I am part of a tech company, but I build ecosystems for them. I'm the global lead for that. Other than that, I give my time to Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, to Atal Innovation Mission, Cherry Blair Foundation, Indian Electronics and Semiconductors Association, and FABA, Federation of Asian Biotech Associations. You may ask, all these are so diverse, what are you doing there? Nothing else but for building ecosystem, connecting the dots. So that entrepreneurs in those fields, for example, semiconductors, electronics, chips, biotechnology, FABA. As far as Cherry Blair Foundation is concerned, I'm mentoring 2 women in South Africa, small SMEs. So I'm building a network for them. I'm helping them by connecting them to somebody I know. This is my take on things. What motivated me for coming here? This is the same thing. Giving back. And I have a selfish motive here, taking all your energy back into me and becoming more powerful. So that has been my motive in coming to Kerala here. Thank you.
And she says she doesn't have any superpower. All right. I know we have very limited time. I'm going to see Sumi afterwards because we need a 1-hour session for people like this, right? We'll start with one not so easy question, I guess, because you're all accomplished now. But then I'm sure when you were starting out in your careers or in your businesses, you might have faced many challenges. I hope you remember some of them, because if you're like me, I generally don't remember my challenges. I just forget all of that. It's like giving birth. You don't remember the pain because you have the love of your child or whatever, right? But I don't remember many challenges. I guess my mic doesn't work. Hello? Okay. But thinking back, what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced as women, especially? And right now, what were some of the lessons that you learned that has enabled you to be the people that you are now? We'll start with you, Revati.
Where do I start? So, 1 minute, I know. I started my first business after 7 years of being an IT professional and a program manager in 2001, the day the Twin Towers were struck, the year. Remember anyone? That was in the US. And then I started my second entrepreneurship venture in 2005 in India. So I failed miserably in both. So global failure, you could call me. And I have to believe it's lack of self-belief, right? That is the biggest challenge that I faced. And people may say that you're born with it. I don't think so. Self-belief is a combination of so many things. It comes from having an ecosystem that supports you. It comes from having people who believe in you, and also having a network of friends, family, mentors, role models that you can call and say, hey, I'm stuck today. What do I do? But I don't think this is the right way. Can you help me? That kind of ecosystem was either I was not part of it, because in the US, you can't blame the ecosystem. It is there. Or in India, I had not developed my connection enough. So I have to believe it was that lack of primal self-belief that made these 2 ventures fail, because the next 2 ventures did very well, still doing, thank God. So I have to believe the biggest challenge that everyone faces is this, that they don't have access, they don't have the ability to call someone and say, I'm feeling miserable today, or they don't have the ability to say, I'm stuck in this and I need help. And which is why when we started Suiti, we made sure we accessed as many mentors and ecosystem connectors as possible. We became social, so to speak, only after we started Suiti. We became part of TiE Kerala. We became part of the Stanford Seed program. And every step we put ourselves out there, made ourselves vulnerable, because it's very tough to tell someone you're going through shit. It's very tough to tell someone you don't know the answers, because just like the day a child is born and you become a parent, the day you start a business, you become an entrepreneur. You have no idea, no training. No MBA can prepare you for this. So, and I hope that when I give back, it is this ecosystem that is there for especially women in Kerala. Well, all entrepreneurs in Kerala, let's not be gender biased here. For all entrepreneurs in Kerala, that they have this network, they have this mentoring structure that they can put themselves out to if they want to. And that I believe is my biggest challenge.
I completely resonate with that, Revati, and this comes from a background that I have in the Bay Area, right, which is the most competitive of places that you can imagine being as a startup owner. I was not a startup owner myself, but I have mentored many, and through my work at Visa, I have come across many women, especially from India, who don't have the self-belief. And when you talk to the white women there, they might not know even 1/4 of what we know, but then they talk out loud, which means they climb the corporate ladder much faster than we do. So that self-belief and that imposter syndrome that all we possess, I do believe that the ecosystem changes will, and the people who support you are the only people who can bring about a change in that. I completely resonate with that. Divya, how about you?
My biggest challenge, I would say, is like she said, I have the mom problem. I can't remember. I don't think I faced any challenge, or I can't even say there was one big one. Every day had its own challenges, which went away in a few hours is all I can say. I can just say, keep on at it, keep on at it, keep on at it. Just don't give up. There is at least 5 solutions to the same problem. That's one thing I really believe in. There's at least 5 solutions. So you probably have this in mind, but you're probably not seeing the fact that there are 5 other things. But when you open your mind to seeing that there are others, you will see that more possibilities turn up. That's what I have to say about challenges. Every day is challenging because I think the world is changing. We had flood, then we had something else, then we had COVID. They had one after the other. So it's all about learning to navigate this whole thing, being agile, as Revati said earlier. So and being a woman, I wasn't even aware that I was a woman. Honestly, I think I was raised like that, grew up in a house full of freedom fighters. No, freedom fighters. We didn't have the opportunity to be told that I was a woman. Like my grandmother was on the front lines of the freedom struggle. And they only had time to just delegate stuff to whoever would do it. And all the women stepped up to take care of a whole bunch of things. So I don't think I was even aware that I was a woman until probably at this age, you'll probably get an appointment faster because your lipstick is nicer.
All right, we need to know the color of your lipstick. Sridevi, how about you?
Well, as an entrepreneur and as a corporate employee, I can see a lot of young girls here. This is a take for them. I had a typical problem, which I'm sure you all are going through. I can just accomplish what I'm supposed to accomplish at work, and I need to rush home. I have somebody to take care of, is our situation. We either have in-laws or parents or a kid. We need to rush. We don't have time for drinks. We don't have time for networking. We don't have time to be part of the big boys club, which just hangs out after office. In the early days of my career, I even faced this situation of, what, it's just 5:30 and you're leaving. And there are guys who just while away their time till 8, 7:38, having 3-4 cigarette breaks or fag breaks, chai breaks, and gossiping and everything, and hang on till 7:30 and log out at 8:30. And they are the hardworking people. Whereas we complete our task and we need to rush. This was my situation till my daughter grew up, right? So I missed out on a lot of promotions or a lot of opportunities because I didn't have the time to network. It's okay. I want to tell that. How did you overcome it? We can't overcome this. Trust me. Don't try to do or emulate that. I'm fine with that. What I could do or I tried to do to negate the after effects is I tried to upskill myself. I tried to get more knowledge on certain skills. I tried to do some, now I think Udemy and others are giving a lot of online courses. 20, 25 years ago, they were not there. So you needed to put in extra efforts to get certain skills. So this is something I did. And what was the second part of your question? Sorry.
What are the lessons that you learned from this experience?
So not every battle is yours. Choose your battles. Just don't try to emulate men. That said, my biggest supporters, my biggest inspiration, my biggest motivation are the men in my life. My father, my brother, even my colleagues. I still am in touch with 1 or 2 colleagues of mine from 20 years who are still they inspire me, they motivate me, they are there. So I would like to give the credit to them, my best friends, my colleagues, my brother, my father. All these men have been part of my success, and I'm here where I am because of them.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm told that we have 5 more minutes, and I'm flipping through my questions because I'm flipping through most of it. But Neera, I would like to ask you another question because I do want to make sure that we are able to cover this. You run these incubator, accelerator kind of a firm supporting other startups, right? I would love to know, in your experience, what have you seen that the startups in India struggle the most with? And how can firms like yours and even KSM support these entrepreneurs with some of those challenges?
Very long list of things, okay? Because I'm talking from experience, personal, as well as what I have understood while interacting with various startups. So I'm a pure networker. I love to meet people. I love to meet companies. I love to understand what they do and how they are facing the challenges, what challenges they are facing. See, there are a couple. The first and foremost is the startups need to know that they need help. You need to be very clear that you can't build everything by yourself. You need help. You need support, not help, rather support, because that is how you grow. The reason we are here is we've seen the challenges. We've seen, so for example, you have an idea and you start a company. Do we have the bandwidth or even access to people who would be able to try and test your product or even to mentor you to make you fit to go into the market? We do not. That's a gap there. I've seen the gap myself because when I started my company, I didn't have anyone to support me or even to tell me that your product is not market fit. And I lost a lot of opportunities in that period. Couldn't raise capital, of course. Being a woman entrepreneur was one of the biggest things. How would we trust you to, how would we invest money into you? You're a woman. I said, okay, and that's fair enough. So if that is one part, and hence GAIN was built because we saw the gap. We have mentors who work with startups to help them build their first product and make the market fit. That's very important. Second is access to the market. So if we are able to support these guys to get a market fit, like mentoring, that will be mentoring, professionally. We also have a network where we reach out to them to try their product, to test their product, to use them and to give them feedback. That's a market fit test that you get, an actual live cases, to go through. That's one thing that we bring. That is very important. Third is educating startups. How do they move around? Because it's very important. They come with a very different mindset that, this is not how it works. This is how we work. You have to be open to learn as to what someone else is telling you. Fourth is hiring. That is one of the biggest challenges that I've seen, we need to build that culture. We need to make entrepreneurs behave, understand what is hiring all about, and also the the employees to behave. People come with a very different mindset when they join a startup. They feel anything is chalega. They demand very weird, esocentric salaries. They want equity for what? How do you make somebody believe and understand that? And they start comparing, which is not the norm. It's not the norm, but they've made the norm of the society. PR. PR is promotion. How do you create noise about the company? The company needs to be, the story needs to be told. You need to voice what the company is all about. You need to be able to spread the information. For last, the very important part is how many of us, when we mentor any company or even when we talk to somebody, we don't take the responsibility or the pride in saying, you know what, hey, this company is what I'm supporting. Why don't you use it? Nobody gets up and says that. I'll give you an example. The other day I was out for a movie and this young guy approached me and said, ma'am, we are from so-and-so foundation. We've set up an NGO and we try and help tier 2, tier 3 cities, autistic girl child. We are looking for somebody to sponsor them, because they're going through various stages. The girl child is going through various stages. So how can we support them? Somebody needs to be. And I asked him, I said, how are you supporting yourself? I said, okay, I understand you're doing this wonderful. And that hit me that hit me very hard on my heart. I said, how do you support yourself? They said, ma'am, we are engineers, we work, we have a proper 9-to-5 job, and we come and do this. So on a weekend, we try and speak to people at malls, and we try and push it out. And I could see the pride in that guy when he was talking about it. So even if you mentor a company, I have 2 mentee companies here in Kerala, and I'm absolutely proud of those guys. Do we talk about them? In the LinkedIn pages, you very proudly say, I'm an investor with this company. This is my investee company. Talk about it. Write about that company. How will the other people know that that company is doing something of that sort? So these are very important things. And I think the idea behind starting an accelerator or government agency or KSAM could help these startups in all of these areas.
I hope the KSM people are hearing all this. Finally, Revati, I would like to ask one last question. You have 1 minute. I know we are over time. If there is any advice that you would love to give for the young startup owners here, or even people from like colleges who are volunteering here, women especially, what would that be?
One word, right?
You can use 1 minute instead.
1 minute each.
No, just
Paka.
you. Just you.
Yeah, I'm a communications person, so I would just say one word: storytelling. Learn how to tell your story. Learn to practice in front of the mirror. Practice 100 times how to tell your story in 2 minutes, in 30 seconds, 90 seconds, 10 minutes. That's the only way to win investors, win mentors, win people over, win customers and clients over. So storytelling.
Thank you. Would anybody else like to add one word?
Bias to action is something I believed all my life. We women, even men, have things happening here. They don't do. They keep thinking. That's because we are averse to risk. What will happen if I do this? What will happen if I do that? Thinking only happens. Don't think, do it. Maximum what will happen, you'll get experience of something stupid. Or you'll achieve what you wanted to achieve, right? So bias to action is something I want all women or men entrepreneurs especially to follow. That's the only way out.
To sum a couple of the points that Sridevi and Revati said, this is to everybody, not only to the women, but even to the men around here, okay? We grew up in a society where we were not told that we could do that, okay? We were brought up in a way that we weren't taught to self-believe, and we needed validation from people. We needed validation from our dads, our moms, our teachers, our friends, and of course, in the work culture, our bosses and our peers. My request to all of you, please teach, please educate, or at least make sure that you tell your daughter or a son that they can do anything that they want to, because that's where it starts. That's where you bring a change. Do not let the next generation grow up in the same mindset that we grew up in. That's all, thanks.
I have a request to KSM. and all of you I notice are, nurturing ecosystems. We at WEN are hand-holding close to 600 women of all categories of businesses, all kinds of turnovers. We look at it in terms of turnover. Okay, you guys are all tech, so we're on the other side of the thing. We're all manufacturing, brick and mortar kind of businesses. When I look at it as the vice president of WEN and looking at 600 women, the one thing that we really would like to have, which we know cannot be changed in a day, is to keep having conversations about why women can't come up. Keep having those conversations, because then how did this set of women get where we are today? From compare the life of your grandmothers to where we are today. How did we get here? Because people were talking about how women need to be empowered and how they can do it and what are the channels. We now don't even let my son open his mouth about who's going to do the dishes tonight. It's because conversations are going on. His sisters will tell him, get up and go wash the dishes. It's because the conversations are going on. Please have more conversations about empowering women to come forward. The conversations will get there 20, 30 years from now.
We need more than one women's summit in a year, looks like. All right, we are going to end here. I'm sorry we took more time than intended, but this conversation had to happen. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for my wonderful panelists. I'm going to keep bugging you all because there is so much more to learn from you. We are all going to be here for today and tomorrow, and I hope you all will be as well. Have a wonderful 2 days of summit. And thank you, KSM team, Sumi especially, for putting this together and bringing us all together. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Please be seated, ma'am. We can take 2 questions from the audience.
All right, we have more time.
We are out of time, so 2 questions maximum.
Any questions, anybody? Self-belief.
Let's have the conversation.
Hello, ma'am. It was really, really empowering and inspiring listening to all of you. My name is Binti, and I'm from Assam, Guwahati. I'm doing my MBA here in IIM Kozhikode. So basically, as most of the women here, I want to do something on my own. And I have worked 5 years in IT, and I am looking up to doing something which would make a change in the society. But I am a bit confused, like how to start, like the first push. So I often end up, checking a lot of sites, but I end up going to the same square one. So at this point of time, after my MBA or, in the next couple of years, I want to see myself doing something for the society, or for starting something on my own. So where do I start? Like, is there an answer for that, or do I just keep trying and
like she said, just start. And I'll add one more thing. Deafness is a good quality. Just be deaf. Just do what you have to do, like a blinkered horse. Just go for what you had. I too had people telling me, why do you do this? And all kinds of, just be deaf.
Yeah, you're from IIM Kozhikode, right? I'm an alum of IIM. There's something called IIMK Life in your campus. I would suggest you visit them often. There are a lot of initiatives happening. And for people who are still in the ideation stage, we mentor them to get through to the next stage. And KSM also have a lot of ideation workshops. Keep a track of them, be in touch, be part of their mailing list. Sumi is here, catch hold of Sumi. Be part of their mailing list, you'll get. When somebody is in your stage, you need to attend a lot of initiatives and workshops to understand how to make your idea into a proper idea. So just don't come up with something just because you want to give something back to the society. That's not the way it's gonna work. Okay. And by the time you finish your course, I'm sure you'll come out of it with a proper business value proposition. Okay.
You know what? Stop thinking so much. That's your first step. Don't think so much. Stop referring to your websites. Stop referring to anything that you have. Believe in yourself, jump. That's the first step that you need to do. Your ideas will open up for you.
I have the opposite advice. This is what we tell women at Suiti and women in IT also. Don't think your career is just the first job you're going to do, right? If you're lucky, we have a 30 to 35 year career, and I'm in my 50s. I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up. So it's okay to just jump in with whatever opportunity you have. Just explore. Nobody's holding a gun to your head. You have the whole life ahead of you. And just explore, have fun, and give back when you get a chance. So all the best.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Lakshmi Priyam. I am Kozhikode alumni, last senior management program, PhD of. Yeah, as she is telling about the beginning of the career, as a person who's in the middle age now, in 40s and 50s, once you're getting into the family life, several ups and downs will be there. Success marriage and the failure marriage. Many of them are at this point of time facing the divorce problem, right? So how your advices and how anybody is faced as such, like, and facing facing the personal as well as the career success is important for any women. But most of the time at this scenario, either they are success in the personal or in the career. Balancing both is a difficult and tough task at this point of time. So
I think okay.
Yes.
Thank you. How much important is identity to a lady?
Okay, can I
And
answer?
To what extent is she going to sacrifice it? So this is the
the
question.
Okay, I'll just
to it.
start with hers
Yes.
because it resonates very much with me. When I started, as I said, when I started my journey, I was asked that question. I was at the middle of my career, and what are you trying to do? Stabilize yourself. But I took the decision. Of course, it was not very easy. You faced. I went through divorce. I'm going through one. So okay, I split. Am I remorse about it? No. Am I happy with it? Amazing. I don't. I think that's the best decision I took. Balancing, yes, I did. When I was still married, I would be working in a startup which was typically end around 10:30, 11 in the night. I have 2 kids who are in school going. And the best part about the kids nowadays is they understand startups. So it's very easy to explain to them that your mom is doing this, and they're very proud. So my son was very proud. He said, oh yeah, one day you'll become Mark Zuckerberg. I said, wow, that's the kind of encouragement I needed from my child, I said, fine, let's do that. So yes, you need to balance. You need going forward today, I think there's a lot of balance in the society. People understand, your in-laws understand what you're doing, your husband understands. So it's not just your husband that needs to support you. It's your entire in-laws, your parents, because pressure comes from everywhere. You need to be able to balance that. I tried to balance it when things went very tipsy. That is when I took a decision of moving out and doing what I love to do. And it comes to identity. That was very important because I have a daughter, and I need to tell my daughter and my son both that it's just not you. My daughter has a future, that if she wants to do something on her own, she can do it. And my son, that if his wife or girlfriend in future, whoever that person is, okay, if he wants to go for it, they need to support that. And it's a perfectly doable thing. So I was at a crux where I had to do something that I believed in, and also ensure that my kids understood what I was doing without trying to, okay, my parents don't understand what I do, okay? So I've left it at that. I said, fine, it's all right. I said, it's all right. Even my brother and sister don't understand that. I said, all right, fine. As long as you are happy, your ecosystem around you is happy. So if you are not satisfied, I think we need to move towards the steps. And very important, I think this is because when we grew up, we are never told that your happiness is a priority in your life. So put your happiness and your identity as a priority. Everything else falls into place. Thanks.
And I'd like to add 2 bits there. I'm also divorced. It's been more than 10 years. I have 3 children. And we made it a point that the divorce was amicable, and to such an extent that today I produce all the packaging for all my husband and the in-laws companies. Important. The way you keep your boat steady, you are important. They'll all just get with the program later. Never mind the faff.
The final thing that I would like to add is prioritize. Decide what is a priority for you. You can't do everything perfectly, right? I personally try to do everything and I have to do everything perfectly. Otherwise, I feel like I have let myself down. Don't do that. Be kind to yourself. You're one person. You are not a superhuman, even though we all have our superpowers. Be kind to yourself. That's it. And be kind to yourself. Let's end there, I guess, so that the next panel has time for theirs too.
I just want to close with identity. I think we all are getting influenced by media and having a particular image about identity. We all are aspirational and we aspire for something, and we think if I get something, I will be known as something. Identity is something which is already you, men or women. We are who we are. You don't need to have an identity crisis. You don't need to become somebody else or attain a certain wealth or register 2 companies on your name or be of a certain height or weight that you'll get identity. As human beings, we are all whole and complete. The day we understand that and accept ourselves, that is identity. This is something I want always tell. I have a grown-up daughter myself, so I keep telling kids, that doesn't mean you should not be aspirational. You be happy with who you are and try to become a better version of yourself. That is identity. Hope I made it clear.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for those powerful words. So I request Roshni ma'am to kindly present the memento to Divina Thomas ma'am. I request Roshni ma'am to present the memento to Revati Krishna ma'am. Neera Amdar ma'am. Sri Devi ma'am. At last, Aditya, please. I request Aditya to present our memento to moderator Roshni ma'am. So now let's take a coffee break for 5 minutes. After we have another panel discussion. Thank you so much. Please take only 5 minutes. We are out of time.